This is Jacob13 here, and today I'm going to be doing a little transfer talk video. Now, there's only one transfer in this transfer talk episode of Real Madrid. There'll also be Liverpool. There'll be a couple of transfers there. I think this is what I think should happen in the next transfer window. Obviously, the summer transfer window is coming up. I'm going to do this episode, which is going to be Real Madrid and Liverpool. Then I'm going to do Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund, I think, are the two teams. Next episode, and then the one after that, Atletico Madrid and some other team. You can leave a team in the comments if you want to see me do a transfer breakdown on them, of who they should buy, stuff like that, where they should move their players around, and who should start, who shouldn't start. So for Real Madrid, there's only one transfer. The transfers are going to be in this blue and red thing, just because I think it looks cool. And it's different than the non-rare or the rare gold, obviously. So, anyways, Luis Suarez. Real Madrid have a tendency to buy at least one big player each transfer window. Well, each summer transfer window, and they usually don't do anything in the January transfer window. Last summer transfer window, obviously, it was Gareth Bale. And by the way, these are the ratings that I think the players deserve to have based on this season. So, kind of a prediction of what they'll be next game. I'll do a separate video on that somewhere near the end of this soccer season or football if you're in England or whatever. But anyways, I'll do a video separately on that, but this is just kind of a rough draft, I guess, and which players should start and which shouldn't. So for Real Madrid, obviously there's not much to strengthen the team, but the big player they will sign, I think, should be Luis Suarez. Simply because they were kind of going after him before, but then they kind of just like forgot about it, went for Bale. And if they had got him and he was in the form that he is now, then they would be, Suarez and Ronaldo, the two highest scoring players in Europe, on the same team. Insane. And I could see it happening. Could see Suarez leaving, but I also could see him staying at Liverpool for a couple more seasons, especially if they win the title. He's got Champions League football next season. Well, I mean, he will get Champions League football next season, but Liverpool could also win the title. And I don't know, he might be prompted to stay at Liverpool for a couple more seasons, but I think he will not end his career there, especially because loads of teams are going to want him. Most of them won't be able to afford him. I would imagine his transfer fee would be one of the top 10 transfer prices if they were to sign him. But he's the only player I really think they should go for, and then just focus on him. He can be the marquee signing of the next transfer window. So then obviously there's Ronaldo, Suarez, and Bale up front. The best would be the best attacking three players in the world. And then we have like the combination, not the best overall. Like obviously Messi would be better than Bale. But anyway, so those are the three forwards, and I think that Real Madrid should play Alonso, Modric, and Di Maria. There is also Isco, and have increased their ratings, but not really Alonso. Everyone on the team's ratings have increased except for Alonso and Casillas, simply because Alonso, while he's done well, has been injured for most of the season, and Casillas, while he is, he's not gotten any worse. He hasn't really gotten that much better. He's only played in the Champions League and Copa del Rey, but when he has played, he's done well. So I haven't decreased his rating or increased his rating. I think I increased a couple of stats, but that's about it. And then Ramos, Pepe, Carvajal, and Marcelo. Carvajal will continue to develop. He's going to be an amazing player eventually. But I think this season he's kind of went ahead of Arbeloa, but next season he will definitively 100% overtake his spot, I think. And that's what should happen. Arbeloa's time is about up in his career, but Carvajal will uh, step up and take his place. And Di Maria is in the center mid role simply because Ancelotti has played him in the center mid role for the last however many games. Doesn't really seem to be thinking about changing him anytime soon, especially because he's put in some really good performances. And I'm perfectly fine with Di Maria starting, Isco not starting right now, because obviously Alonso can't play forever, and once Alonso starts to get older, that's when Isco will come in. Isco will play a lot more, and As long as Di Maria is playing well there, I hope he continues to play in that position. And then these two are kind of givens. Pepe will eventually be replaced for Varane, but not yet. And speaking of Varane, that is the bench that I have. Jesus Rodriguez and Morata, the main players with increases. Varane and Isco also with a 1 rating boost. Diego Lopez with 1 less. Contrao and Khedira the same, because Contrao hasn't really played that much this season, and neither has Khedira because of his injury. And Lopez honestly has not done that well for Real Madrid. It's one of the reasons that they're not like far ahead in La Liga. They could have won a couple more games if Casillas had been playing, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But so there's the bench. We got Morata, Jesus Rodriguez, Isco, Khedira, Contrao, Varane, and Diego Lopez. There's also Nacho Fernandez. Um, who else am I forgetting? Casemiro. I forget if he's on loan or if they bought him. I think they bought him, but they could have also loaned him in. I feel like I'm forgetting more players. There's Arbeloa, who's not on the bench. Um, so those are the players that missed out on the bench. There's obviously going to be a couple more. And Benzema. Benzema, I think, should be included in the deal for Suarez. Obviously, they're going to be able to afford Suarez. They have infinite money just about. Um, but they won't use, like, way, way massive amounts of money this transfer window, I don't think. Nowhere near as much as last transfer window. They spent upward of like 200 million pounds or dollars or whatever, whatever any unit of measurement just about for money. They spent 200,000 of it, or 200 million. But I don't think they'll spend anything near that this transfer window. But I think they should trade Benzema and then maybe offer, quite a bit along with that to get Suarez. So that's why Benzema's not on the bench or starting 11. So, anyways, that's how I think the next transfer window will go down, and the lineup that I think Real Madrid will be going with in the next season. And, anyways, so that'll be the end of the video. Put in the comment section which team you want me to do in the video with Atletico Madrid. Although, actually, these won't be in the same episodes. These are just the teams that I have worked out to do. So I haven't got the Manchester United and Dortmund one yet, but I will. So Dortmund will be, not Dortmund, Liverpool will be in the next video. So, anyways, leave in the comment section which teams I'll probably do more you'd like me to do. There's AC Milan as a possibility, even though I don't know as much about Serie A, and there's like mainly struggling teams or teams that like are doing well but need to build on in the transfer window. So leave in the comment section which teams you'd like me to do. That'll be the end of the video. Like and subscribe. I will see you guys later.